Hello again, everybody. It's me, Marcus, and I'm back with some more Porcupine Tree. I review stuff. I'm reviewing the song Fear of a Blank Planet off the album of the same name. This comes as a request. If you would like to request something, as always, you can leave a comment down below, and I'll get to it, eventually. Now, I've heard two songs from Porcupine Tree so far. I've heard Arriving Somewhere But Not Here, which I absolutely loved. Loved that song. And then I heard the live version of Anesthetize, which I also really enjoyed, especially the drumming. Man, drumming was fantastic on that one. So I've been getting a lot more requests for Porcupine Tree since doing those two songs, and I gotta say I'm really looking forward to it because I really love their heavier progressive style. So, man, can't wait to jump into this one. Let's stop talking and get into it. Here we go. Fear of a Blank Planet, Porcupine Tree.
Always on. I flicker out the screen and moving at your screams. I'm basking in the shit blowing out of it. I'm stoned in the mall again, terminally bored, shuffling around the stores and shuffling things, getting so last year's thing. Xbox is a god to me. I finger on the switch, my mother
Is there any more to it? Hold on. There's like 7 seconds left. Okay, no, I think we're good. Man, you know, I gotta say, Porcupine Tree is 3 for 3 on this channel right now. I mean, I loved this song. Man, it was just masterfully put together. I gotta shout out to the drummer. I got a bunch of you told me in the comments that the drummer is out of this world. Dude is on another level, and I agree. The drumming in this song was absolutely fantastic and hooked me from the get-go. I really like the guitar playing. Just overall, well-composed song. Really enjoyable listen. And I can't wait to talk more about it. So let's go ahead and start breaking it down. Let's start with those lyrics. Let's see. So, to me, this definitely revolves around maybe depression or some sort of other, mental, what's the word I'm looking for? Mental illness. There we go. Or something else that affects you mentally. So, verse 1, sunlight coming through the haze, no gaps in the blind to let it inside, the bed is unmade, some music still plays. Sounds to me like someone who's struggling, right? And they're kind of wanting to block out the world. TV, yeah, it's always on. The flicker of the screen, a movie actress screams. I'm basking in the shit flowing out of it. So they're glued to the TV. They know it's not healthy to just watch it all day and be fed the bullshit that comes out of the TV, but he can't help it. I'm stoned in the mall again, terminally bored, shuffling round the stores, and shoplifting is getting so last year's thing. So the things that used to give him a thrill are now just kind of like, whatever. Xbox is a god to me. I feel that. A finger on the switch. My mother is a bitch. My father gave up ever trying to talk to me. So it sounds more so actually like a troubled youth. Someone who parents just say, here, go play on Xbox, leave me the fuck alone, basically. I'll call you when I need you, which unfortunately, as a teacher, I have a lot of kids whose parents are basically like that. Like, they get home, here's your tablet, get on YouTube and shut up, basically. And you can tell that there's no one really at home who talks to them and engages with them. And for some of these kids, even some people who just don't, people who don't even care about them at home, it's just kind of like they're there, they exist. And I think this is somebody struggling with that. They're struggling with not getting the proper love and care and attention that they need, and so they're finding other ways to cope, whether it be TV, video games, just walking around the mall stoned, stealing. They're looking for that thrill because they're missing an important aspect of their life. So don't try engaging me. The vaguest of shrugs, the prescription drugs, so you'll never find a person inside. Wow. So I guess, perhaps this person has like a mental disorder. What we see a lot in our schools especially is like ADHD, ADD, where a lot of parents struggle with that. Do I medicate? Do I not? And so I guess in this person's case, they feel like the medication has sort of dampened what it means to be human to them, right? Because it's like the prescription drugs, so you'll never find a person inside. My face is Mogadon. I don't know what that actually means. It's a drug apparently. Brand name for the drug, nitrazepam, a hypnotic. Which is prescribed for insomnia and other sleep disorders. Yeah, that sounds like a person who's struggling through life right now. My face is Mogadon. Curiosity has given up on me. Damn, that's a hell of a line. Curiosity has given up on me. So maybe through this medication, that they've lost that curious side because they're just so drugged up. I guess in order to combat their mental illness or what have you, that they've lost that curiosity. I'm turning out desires. The pills are on the rise. How can I be sure I'm here? The pills that I've been taking confuse me. I need to know that someone sees that. There's nothing left. I simply am not here. I'm through with pornography. The acting is lame. The action is tame. Explicitly dull. Arousal annulled. So again, it sounds to me like something that used to maybe interest them, something that used to be exciting for them, and maybe even a little bit taboo is now just kind of like, whatever. So this person is feeling very gray as they go through life. Your mouth should be boarded up, talking all day with nothing to say. Your shallow proclamations, all misinformation. That's a hell of a line right there too. Just that whole little verse right there. My friend says he wants to die. He's in a band. They sound like Pearl Jam. The clothes are all black. The music is crap. So again, something that maybe would excite like a teenager. Oh, my friend's in the band. They play music. It's kind of like, whatever. These guys suck. In school, I don't concentrate, and sex is kind of fun, but just another one. Of all the empty ways to use, so sex is fun, but just another one of all the empty ways of using up a day. So not even sex excites this person. It's just another way to spend time as you get through the day. How can I be sure I'm here? The pills that I've been taking confuse me. I need to know that someone sees that. There's nothing left. I simply am not here. Bipolar disorder, can't deal with the boredom. Bipolar disorder. So there you go. It was right there, front and center for you. Bipolar disorder, can't deal with the boredom. Bipolar disorder, can't deal with the boredom. Instrumental and solo. Outro, you don't try to be liked, you don't mind, you feel no sun, you steal a gun to kill time. You're somewhere, you're nowhere, you don't care, you catch the breeze, you steal the leaves, so now where? Yeah, this is a hell of a song. And obviously, I say obviously, I personally don't know what it's like to have bipolar disorder. I do know a couple of people who have been diagnosed with it, but it's not something that I've ever personally experienced. But I can say that I feel like I've met people, or I feel like, I've seen examples of people who kind of live this existence where everything is just gray. I mean, this could also be like, I mean, this is also a symptom of like depression, right? It's like you're so depressed that even the fun stuff in life, sex and video games and TV and hanging out with friends and seeing live music, it's just kind of like it's all gray, it's all boring. So it's interesting to see the artist's perspective here. I'd be interested to learn more about what influenced them to write this song, whether it's that personal experience with bipolar disorder or if maybe it's somebody that they know. But wow, this one was very well written. Really enjoyed the lyrics here. And there's a lot to think about. The thing is, like, we all see songs and things differently from our own worldview. So my worldview is, as I mentioned as I was reading the lyrics there, I am a teacher. I teach 5th grade. I teach kids reading and social studies and whatnot. And we see examples of kids who sound kind of like this. I actually had a kid in my class this year who was kind of like this. Nothing ever excited him. Even when he talked about things that he supposedly loved, like Xbox and video games and stuff, it was just such a boring, gray like thing to him. The only thing I ever really saw him get excited for was food, honestly, and I know that's because his family is in a bad place financially to the point where they don't really have much to eat at home. So the food he was getting at school was basically his food for the day. So when I listen to a song like this with lyrical content like this, I harken back to my experiences working with children who were kind of like this, where it's like, wow, it's just, it's strange because you have parents who, again, don't give a shit, and they just give their kids a tablet and say, here, go leave me alone. You have parents of kids with ADHD, ADD, bipolar disorder perhaps, where it's like, do we medicate them, do we not? And as a teacher and as a school system, we're kind of right in the middle of it. And it's like that line where he said, what was it? I lost my creativity, or what was it exactly that he said? Creativity has left me. Where was it? Oh man, I don't know if I can find it like quickly enough. I don't want to hold up the video here, but basically, where he feels that loss of curiosity has given up on me. That's what it was. I feel like we've seen that in kids before, just from teaching. It's like when they're not on their medication, it's like, man, they're so creative. They have so much natural curiosity. They're so honestly, a lot of them are so smart and intelligent beyond their years. When they're on medication, you can tell some of that leaves them, but they're much better behaved. And so as a teacher, I really wish that we could just let kids be who they are, have that curiosity, have that creativity about them. But the way our school system is structured, it doesn't lend to this. And I think that's another thing that this song kind of touches on, is that for this person, society has sort of failed them. Because they're expected to, I say society, their parents as well, the school system, everything has failed this person because of their mental illness, that they don't really fit in, or they don't really find any joy in anything. And then with the medication, that's also kind of hampered this person's spirit. So man, again, it's something I see all the time. And I can tell you right now that the fix for it in schools is get rid of standardized testing. When teachers are expected to make sure these kids, like the one objective is to make sure these kids pass this test at the end of the year, that leaves almost no room for curiosity and creativity. And so kids like this get left by the wayside, So, but as far as, we as a school can't fix shitty parents, unfortunately. And so, like, if you're watching this and you're a parent, pay attention to your kids, spend time with them, talk to them, engage with them. Shit like that. And I'll get off my soapbox now, which is all to say that people like this definitely exist, and this is definitely kind of a snapshot into someone's life who's living with bipolar disorder and is perhaps heavily medicated. And so just being cognizant of that, I think that's just a very interesting place to write from. And I feel like Porcupine Tree is just one of those bands that makes me think. And I feel like that's really a staple of progressive rock and progressive metal. They come in with the idea of sending you a message or taking you on a journey or what have you. So I feel like they've done that with me in this song. I feel like lyrically it's kind of taken me to a place where I can really relate to it through my own worldview, through my own lens. So I give it 2 thumbs up. Lyrically, all that said, I thought it was well written, kept me engaged. Again, a lot of the lines, I'm like, wow, yeah, that's absolutely true. That's accurate. That's crazy. I think instrumentally, this song also really hooked me. Like I said, that drum part, those drum fills from the beginning of the song, man, drummer lost his mind throughout. You guys again have been telling me how good the drummer is in this band, and I can see it for sure, both in the last song I reviewed and then this one as well. Man, the drummer is just going off. Guitar was fantastic. They even threw a little piano in there for us. I really loved the speed and the heaviness of it, and I think that was done intentionally to kind of show perhaps how hectic this person in the song is, you know, with all the, it's like, yeah, like I'm talking about being depressed and how everything is great and everything sucks, but there's always these thoughts going through my mind at this fever pace, and I think that's why they kind of kicked up the tempo here in this song, whereas I feel like in the last two songs I've heard, it's been much more slow and methodical, whereas this one was much fast-paced and a little bit heavier, which I also really enjoyed. One thing that really stuck out to me was the heaviness throughout, and then that middle section where they kind of slowed it down. They threw in some piano, real melodic, and then that drummer comes in, he puts in a little like drum solo, and boom, they're back at the fast-paced, heavier sound. Man, those transitions were very clean. I really like that. So I got to give it 2 thumbs up instrumentally. And of course, Steven Wilson, I believe, is the one singing this song. He sounds great throughout as well. He just has this very great voice for this particular type of music, and it just really meshes well. So I really think the vocals, the instrumentation, the lyrics, they all really just meshed well together to make a really well composed song. I give it 2 thumbs up for vocals, for instrumentation. It's all very good. And then with all that being said, I can definitely see myself listening to this song plenty of times. It's got the heavier elements that I like. It's got the great instrumentation. It's got a subject matter that I can relate to and really analyze and break apart. So I just think it's a great song. I can't wait to listen to it again. It's going on the playlist just like every other Porcupine Tree song has so far. So I give it 2 thumbs up for its replay value as well. Overall, fantastic song, and I really appreciate the person who recommended this one. Definitely keep the recommendations coming. I will say I have a few more songs from Porcupine Tree that have been requested, so you'll definitely be seeing more from them on the channel in the future. But you know, we'll take a break from them for a few days at least, and before we come back to them. So anyway, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the music as much as I did, definitely go check out the artists. Go support their music where you can. One place you can definitely find some more Porcupine Tree is going to be in the comments down below, which has my Spotify playlist. That's what I meant to say. My Spotify playlist. It's in the comment. It's in the. Oh man, I'm off my game today apparently. Check out the Spotify playlist. It's in the description below. It's got every single song I've listened to on this channel, and you can definitely find some Porcupine Tree there. There we go. Nailed that one. I'm going to leave the flubs in because I'm too lazy to edit it. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. Consider supporting me by doing all the normal stuff you do on YouTube. Like and subscribe and comment. Until then, hope you guys are staying safe and healthy, and I hope to see you in the next video.